You can see the life. You can see it so clearly, it's almost a memory. The work you'd make, the person you'd be, the version of you that finally moves. And then you sit down to actually start, and something in you goes quiet and heavy, and you pick up your phone instead. Then you lie in bed at midnight running the trial. Lazy, undisciplined, wasted potential. You promise tomorrow will be different, and tomorrow you do it again. Here's what I want you to consider, and it's going to sound strange at first. You're not fighting laziness. There is no lazy person inside you. What's inside you is a child who learned a long time ago that trying is dangerous, and that child has been standing in the doorway of your life ever since, keeping you safe the only way they know how. The freeze is not a decision. Notice the language you use. I can't make myself start. Something stops me. That's not how laziness talks. Laziness is comfortable. What you're describing has pressure in it, effort, a door being held shut from the other side. That's because there are two of you in the room. One is the part that dreams. Big, unembarrassed, sure of itself. That part is very young. That's the kid you were before anyone told you to be realistic. The other part is the guard. The guard is also a kid, slightly older, and the guard has a job. Make sure we never go through that again, whatever that was for you. Where the guard came from. For most people, it's not one dramatic scene. It's 100 small ones. It's the report card that changed the temperature of the whole house. The parent who was warm when you did well and somewhere else entirely when you didn't. So you worked something out that no child should have to work out, that love comes in on results. Or it's the opposite. You brought something you'd made, something you were proud of and got a laugh, or a correction, or nothing at all. You learned that showing your effort is how you get hurt. Or it's the sibling who was the smart one, so you took the other role. Or the parent who told you exactly what you'd become and it wasn't this. Or it's just a house that was loud and unstable, where you learned that ambition is what people say before things fall apart, and quiet is how you stay safe. Whatever the details, the same lesson got installed. If I try and it isn't good, something bad happens to me. Not, I'll be disappointed. A child can't think that. To a child, failing means the room goes cold and nobody's coming. That's not disappointment. That's a survival level event. And your nervous system never got the memo that you're grown now. Why a 15-minute task feels like a threat. This is the part that finally explains the weirdness. Because it is weird, isn't it? The task is small. You tell a friend to just do it. You've done harder things by accident. But when you go to start, your body reacts like something's coming. Chest tightens, attention scatters, a sudden urgent need to check something, clean something, be anywhere else. That's not procrastination. That's a threat response. Your system isn't measuring the task, it's measuring the verdict at the end of the task. Because for the child inside you, work was never just work. Work was an audition. And the phone in your hand isn't entertainment, it's the nearest exit. Nobody ever taught that kid how to sit inside discomfort. Most of us weren't taught. When you were upset as a child, was there someone who stayed with you until it passed? Or did you learn to manage it alone, quietly, with whatever numbed it fastest? Because you're still using that method. You just have better devices now. The fantasy is the oldest coping tool you own. Here's the one that stings: the vivid imagining, the detailed plans, the way you can taste the future life. That's not a personality trait. For a lot of people, that's the first tool they ever use to survive. When you're small and the present is unbearable or lonely or boring, you go somewhere better in your head. It works. It genuinely helps. Kids who do this are not broken. They're resourceful. But the tool doesn't retire. So now, at 30, when reality gets uncomfortable, you don't act. You imagine. You plan the business instead of starting it. You watch the video about the thing instead of doing the thing. And it feels productive because it hits exactly the same relief button it hit when you were 9. That's why more information never fixes this. You already know what to do. You've known for years. Consuming more is just the child going back to the one room where nothing has ever gone wrong. If this is landing, subscribe. The next one goes further into where these patterns get set. Perfectionism is a bodyguard with bad information. Perfectionism gets sold as high standards. It isn't. It's a very specific protection. Somewhere back there, something you made got judged, and the guard concluded, "We don't release anything again until it's beyond criticism." That's a reasonable rule for a child with no power. It's a catastrophic rule for an adult, because beyond criticism never arrives, so nothing ever ships, and you get to keep the fantasy intact instead of testing it. Notice what that protects. As long as you never really try, the dream stays undefeated. You could have been great. That's the whole payoff. The guard would rather you have an unlived life than a disproved one. Why discipline advice doesn't work on you. Now here's why every just force yourself, no excuses video slides off you. That approach says, the part of you that resists is the enemy. Override it. Be harder on yourself. But the part that resists is a frightened kid. And the method being recommended, pressure, contempt, threat, is the exact method that scared him in the first place. You've been doing it for years already. That midnight trial where you list your failures, that's not motivation. That's the old voice, and you've made it your own. And every time you run it, you make starting more dangerous tomorrow, not less. You're not disciplining yourself. You're re-traumatizing the part of you that has to do the work. You cannot shame a child into confidence. It has never worked once, in anyone. What actually moves it? So try the other approach. It's slower for a week and then it's faster forever. Notice whose voice it is. Next time the commentary starts, pathetic, behind, wasting your life, stop and ask, whose words are those? Where did I first hear that tone? Most people can name it within seconds, and the naming alone takes some of the charge out. That's not your assessment. That's a recording. Make the task too small to be a verdict. Not 15 minutes because a productivity book said so. Small enough that if it goes badly, it can't mean anything about who you are. One paragraph, one line of the email. Open the file and look at it. The point is not output. The point is proving to your nervous system that approaching the work doesn't end the way it used to. Work with the kid, not against him. Say it out loud if you have to. We're going to do 10 minutes, and then we're stopping, and then we're doing something you like. Then stop at 10 even if you're flowing. Especially if you're flowing. Because what you're building is trust, and trust is built by keeping the small promise exactly, which, if you're this type, is probably something no one did for you. Separate the work from the worth. The child thinks the output is a report on his soul, so make the win the showing up, not the quality. You are not trying to be good yet. You're trying to make the room safe enough to be bad in. And when you miss a day, repair, don't punish. The instinct will be the trial. Skip it. Just come back, without the lecture, like nothing was withdrawn. That's the single most reparative thing you can do, because coming back calmly after a failure is the thing you needed someone to do for you, and never got. The point! Your ambition isn't the problem. Your ambition is the healthiest thing in you. It's the kid who still remembers what he was before somebody made him small. And your stuckness isn't a character flaw, it's loyalty. A guard who took a post at 7 years old and has never once been told the danger passed. You don't fire him. You go and get him, and you tell him what actually happened, and you show him, in 10-minute pieces, that this time it's safe to try. Tell me in the comments, how old were you when you learned that trying was risky? Most of you already know the answer. And if you want to see what that same guard has been doing to your relationships and your money without you noticing, watch the next one. It's the uncomfortable half of this.